my kingdom. Had to buy some Harmony. Now I'm flexing with my jewels. You can tell I got a lot on me. Grab another hero, feeling like I hit the lottery. Farming, getting API, stacking profits to the sky. 1x, 2x, 10x more.
What up? Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. Happy Thursday to all, and to all a good night. I'm here with Babypunch. I'm here with Samichpunch, and we are dropping a new format. And that format is, instead of focusing exclusively on DFK content, we are planning on dropping or helping expose more Harmony. We're just super bullish on Harmony. I believe Samichpunch, in a passion, one time said, the only time I've lost money is when I stopped investing in Harmony related projects. And so that has been our experience as a group. Is Harmony just seems to outperform other chains and has awesome projects. And a lot of that is due to DFK, which is why we focus so much on DFK and love DFK. But we want to take this time to help you understand what other projects are available. On that note, we have an awesome project called Defy the Gods, which we're going to bring on. But as a preface, we want to highlight the importance of understanding we are not shilling the project. I've invested, but and I think Samichpunch has invested. I think Babypunch invested in minting, but that doesn't mean we're not endorsing the project. And I'm going to turn it over to Samichpunch for the legalese here on how we feel about this format. So Samichpunch, do you want to fill in the legalese there?
I mean, so the reality is, guys, we love Harmony. We've noticed that it's just I've gone out to other chains, Cosmos, Phantom, all these other chains, and you're trying to find what games are out there, and it's just hard. It's overwhelming. Nobody has enough time to research it all. So we're just trying to show you what's out there. Harmony is becoming kind of a gamified platform, and it's really cool. We're really excited about it, and our intent is to just introduce these projects to people. Like Bloaterpunch said, we're not shilling it. This isn't our stamp of endorsement. We're not doing due diligence for you, and this is obviously not financial advice. So always do your own research, invest wisely, but hopefully this can be helpful to some people that are getting into Harmony and being like, hey, I hear there's a lot of cool games on Harmony, a lot of stuff building, which is true, and they just don't know where to go yet. So that's kind of why we're trying to kick off this segment.
Perfect. So all that to say, we are not receiving financial incentives from the guests. Like today, for example, Defy the Gods is not paying us. We're bringing them on so that you guys can get exposure to a new project. We will be doing 2 dose giveaways. One of them will be my hero, which is a pleb tier hero, and then one of them will be a mythic hero, which Defy the Gods gang will be giving away. So stay tuned. Have your trivia caps on and ready to go, because you never know if there's going to be a little one punch or a little LOTR, a little DeFi. I don't know. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it spicy. So please stay tuned here. We're gonna bring them on right now, and we're gonna talk about this new project and hopefully something that might be interesting to you. Okay, welcome, Damp
Gentlemen,
and King
welcome.
Ost Winnington III. How goes it?
Hey guys, thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on. Damp, can you tell us, I don't know if King's able to come in yet with his audio, but Damp, can you just introduce yourself? What's your role with this project?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the biz dev for DTG, and I sort of help with the team building and just kind of piecing together all the parts that people might not know how to put together, and just a general development and looking at the vision of where we're headed and making sure that we hit those milestones and everybody's doing what they're doing.
Awesome. So I don't know if we have King. I think he's coming in and out. Oh, there he is. He's back. I just had some, we're going to start off with some questions. Number one, how did you feel like the mint went? I think we checked before the stream. You guys have minted a little over 1,000 or around 1,000. Is that a good thing? Are you guys concerned about the velocity? How's the mint going from your perspective?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, King.
Yep, we got you.
Cool. Go ahead, Dan.
So
Sorry.
from my perspective, I think that the mint's going really well. I think that our mint's a little bit different than other projects in the sense that we're not super focused on minting out really fast. In the reality, we're building a project for gamers by gamers. So in game, the incentives for having more than one champion aren't typically high or maybe even non-existent. The idea is to have a main champion, and that's sort of your character that you can jump into the game and level up and play with. So I think that a lot of people like to buy more than one champion, or I guess analyzing other NFT projects, they might try to buy more than one to flip them, or there might be some sort of incentive. So for us, it would make more sense to have 5,000 unique holders. And so that's sort of what we're going for. We'd rather have the diversified spread and less focus on what we have, because already through the 1,000 mints, we have plenty of capital that's in our treasury that we can use to continue development and pushing this project to mainnet.
So on that note, we're talking about capital. So outside of the mint, are you guys funded externally? Did you guys self-fund? What does the funding look like? Are there third parties involved?
As far as
Okay,
the
so
funding goes, King did a little bit, and then I actually self-funded a good portion of the project.
King, did you have something to contribute there? Sorry.
oh no, I was pretty much gonna say what Dan said.
Got it. So I don't know what idiot's wallet we're looking at on the screen. Who would have minted 8 heroes based on what? Oh wait, that's my wallet. Okay. So it sounds like I may have degened in too deep here. No regrets, but absolutely no regrets. And you'll notice I do have a mythic monk. So or not mythic, he's legendary monk. So I'm really proud of him, and hopefully he'll do some good work for me.
Hey, I have a quick question on that.
Yeah, Babypunch.
So you guys have a rarity table then for your heroes. So on that aspect, is there not an incentive to own more than one hero?
That is correct.
So there is some incentive there,
There's
right?
pretty
Dan?
much.
As far as having multiple champions, the actual gameplay itself it's not sort of like sending all your different champions on their own missions. If you look at larger games, for example, like World of Warcraft or even RuneScape, which are some of the inspirations that we're pulling from, the idea is to sort of build up one main focused character, and that's who you log in and play with, that's who you're developing and getting farther with, and just inherently the gameplay is going to be a little bit longer and more grindy, like your typical MMO. So, I mean, in theory, if you ended up maxing out your champion, which is going to take quite a long time if you look at games like World of Warcraft and max leveling and RuneScape max leveling, I mean, it could have a benefit later on if you were to spend the time, of course, and there's always the option of having separate classes and wanting to try different abilities and stuff. But as far as in-game, could I use 2 champions to benefit at once? Typically, no, because it's going to require a lot of focus on the PvE side, the PvP side, and the bossing side. You're going to actually have to focus, use skills that are based on where you're pointing them and stuff like that. It's not so much the click and send off. It's more of a interactive game where you can actually walk around and fight monsters and gather loot and craft items.
Are those quest activities, monsters, is that happening on chain or off chain? And I have to assume off chain so we don't have to hit our wallet every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, exactly. A big part of this whole thing is going to be immersion, right? So we don't want everybody clicking transactions all day. And we're going to have a lot of it hosted on a backend server with layers of security to make sure everything's up to par, and it'll check for certain things to make sure everything's running smoothly so nothing gets bunched up and mixed up and stuff like that. So a majority of it will be off chain, and then certain craftable items will be on chain, and certain other things will be like NFTs and stuff like that.
So Corey Pagan asks, what is the difference then between, what is the benefit of having a rarity? How important or how beneficial would a legendary be over a common mint?
Okay, so we didn't want to give rarity too much, we didn't want to give it too much power in the game, but basically you'll start off with a higher stat boost than like a common or uncommon. You'll hold that singular stat boost. So when you're maxed, it'll just be max plus that stat boost. It'll mostly be helpful in the beginning of the game when you're just starting, before you're getting your armor, your levels up, your defense, your skill tree moving along, all of that kind of stuff.
Got it. Okay. And then, given how many blockchains there are, why Harmony? How did you guys end up on Harmony?
pretty much made the same observation you guys did, that it just seems to be the most pop-in blockchain, you know? It's also a really great community too that's good at getting along, in my opinion.
I like that. Yeah, I'm a big Harmony fan myself. How many NFTs do you guys plan to mint? Obviously, we have the initial mint, which minted 1,000, which is a lot. Obviously, there's still a lot left. If they mint out, will you continue to mint? Is there essentially an unlimited mint? Or is it a limited mint? What is the mint strategy?
So this is pretty interesting, actually. This mint here of 5,000 NFTs are going to be able to go on a unique quest series that's going to be a part of the game. And one of the rare rewards of this quest will be a blood crystal, which you'll be able to exchange for a champion NFT. But these champions will only be common. They won't be able to take part in that quest series. And if they die, they're gone. Your NFT is burned.
Wow. So a little risk reward action there. Little PJ, shades of PJ there, except a little cooler, I think. Let's go token. Any token plans? How many will be minted? How many pre-minted for the team? Are there VCs involved? Like, let's just dive into any token activities.
Sure. Damp's been tackling this a lot, so we'll let him.
Yeah, sure. I work mostly on the tokenomics side as well. It's something that I do as a biz dev, and I like to sit down and do a lot about that. As far as specific tokenomics, I think we have a few meetings set up over the next week where a few of the core members are sitting down and hashing some more of that information out. As far as a cap and stuff like that and a name, we're keeping it all private. We've noticed a trend through Harmony, and this happened because I work over in Oneverse too, is we announced the name of our token, and something's been happening where people are minting a fake token, and then they're creating liquidity pools, and so we're really trying to avoid that. So a lot of the tokenomic stuff we're keeping on lock. And as far as team token, that's something that we haven't discussed yet, but of course it's always the goal to keep it fair. We don't want anybody feeling like there's something amiss going on behind the scenes. Like we said, this whole project is very community driven, and we just want to create the best space for everybody to come play a game and enjoy. So as far as tokenomics, be on the lookout probably in the next week or two for a medium that releases all that information in a better space for everybody to see.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, real quick, if you don't mind. So is the game, I mean, there'll be a token. So obviously, play to earn aspects. I guess, how will the token be emitted? How will people earn the token? What can people do if they just, say they have a champion, but they're not really playing, but they go and buy the token? What are its use cases?
Right. So there will be a few use cases in game that we can release right now. As far as craftable NFTs, those would run off of our native tokens. So to actually forge an NFT that you could bring to a secondary marketplace, there will be a fee attached to that. There's going to be some staking involved, and along with that, the token that we're going to use is going to be the governance token for our DAO. There's going to be a lot more incidents like that, but I really would like to create and release like a full flow chart that makes it way more digestible, because right now we've got sort of this big conversation thread with a lot of ideas from everybody, and it's not very organized to release in a way that would be coherent enough to add it structurally. But there's going to be requirements in game through using that native token as far as the craftable NFTs and some other functions like PvP. We'd like to do wager-based PvP. So 2 players could go into the PvP arena. You could both put up your native token as a wager, and whoever wins gets to take that pot home. So that's sort of something else that we're going to do with that.
Awesome. Okay. Is there anything players can do now with their NFT? And I think Ferda from the chat also asked, can you stake your NFT? So is there any NFT utility right now? And is there any NFT staking planned?
As far as NFT utility right now, no. We're sort of in the initial building steps, and we're building the team up with all that. We would really like to push out a test net within the next month or two where everybody could start seeing everything going on. But with that, we aren't using any asset packs or anything. So our development time, as far as like graphic turnaround, is probably a little longer than some projects who start with asset packs and stuff like that. We want to create that full immersion. So the development might take a little bit longer, but we want you to feel like you're in DeFi the Gods, and we want you to feel like it's a unique setting, you know, that's different from everywhere else. As far as NFT staking, what do you think, Kane? Do you want to talk about that?
We weren't planning on doing any NFT staking. I know it's pretty new as far as becoming popular on Harmony. But if the community's interested in it, that's obviously something we can look at, being a community-driven project.
All right, sounds like we may be able to sway you guys. There's another question from chat. What style of combat gameplay, turn-based ARPG? You had mentioned WoW as an inspiration. Is it real time in the same way WoW would be real time? How does it work?
Oh yeah, this is going to be real-time combat. You're going to be running around, aiming at each other, shooting, jumping, fighting. We're trying to avoid any of that dice roll, turn-based idle RPG stuff. We want a really large map, lots of quests, lots of interactive NPCs, just tons of stuff to do.
So I'm going to give you the opportunity, you know, the slow ball pitch here, Damp, the biz dev dream. Why should we, not we, me personally, but stream, anyone watching, anyone interested in projects on Harmony? If I've got limited capital, why am I putting it in this project now versus any other project on Harmony? What's the pitch?
Sure. Here's the pitch, guys. It's a unique project, a real-time MMO that's skill-based, where a gamer could log in and spend the whole afternoon playing, questing with his friends, getting on comms, fighting bosses. We want to inspire that feeling when you drop into an MMO and you want to go explore and see the world, and there's all these hidden things you could find and quest lines that you could kind of do, and then unlock dailies or weeklies that could then release things like the native token. So as far as other projects, I think we're doing something pretty unique. I think a lot of people and a lot of different projects take maybe the Tamagotchi approach, or they sort of just jump into NFT staking. Whereas like our whole focus right now is how fast can we deliver this game and how great can we make it?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds ambitious. And with multiplayer and with the scale you're talking, that's not a simple game, at least from my little game background. That sounds pretty ambitious. Do you feel like, you know, there's going to be some pretty big hurdles, or do you feel very confident you can deliver that? And what is the timeline right now look like? Very tentative, but what does the timeline look like right now?
We're shooting for a mainnet version of the game within probably about 2.5 months. As far as hurdles go, I mean, there will be some, just like every project, but the reality is I've got a lot of contacts, and my network runs deep. I've got a lot of people that I can rely on, I can call, and we can piece this together piece by piece. So any hurdle that does come up, I feel confident in the fact that I have the tools to tackle that, and not only tackle that, but overcome that efficiently. I've got a lot of game devs, back-end devs, front-end devs, really anything that we need, and anybody that we would need to call upon to figure out an issue, I could just hop into a voice chat, have them help, have our team work with them, stuff like that. And that's one of the benefits between me working on a few of these projects is I really do know a lot of the developers in the space, and I'm in that developer DAO through Harmony, so I'm just in contact with a lot of people who can make this dream come true.
Awesome. Matt S. from the chat asked, what's the deal with DFTG lands? Any land information you can share?
Yeah, actually, we are planning on releasing land NFTs down the road once we start getting the map built and whatnot. There's going to be 3 different areas for lands. There's going to be the noble area, which will be near the castle in the center of Harmonia. The next one will be the middle ground, which will be the farther outside of Harmonia. And then there'll be the village, which will just be way on the outside of Harmonia. It'll actually be kind of dangerous to live out there.
Okay, so some robust land mechanics plan. That sounds exciting. Is there any plan for you guys to go after the Harmony grant? Ask that question.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be applying for the 50K grant. That's a part of the push of getting something on mainnet in 2 months. Once we have something on mainnet, we can start applying for that grant. I'm probably gonna have to dox to the Harmony team. I'll probably end up doxing publicly too at that point, because who cares?
So
I have a nice
if I
beard.
can add a bit to this.
Yeah.
Can you guys still hear me okay? I had a little connection issue
Yeah,
there,
please.
sorry.
Yep, we got you.
Yeah, so as
Yeah,
far
all
as the
good.
Harmony grant goes, that's something else that I have a hand in. I helped write that for Oneverse, and I'm in some group chats with people on the Harmony team who can help guide us to getting that in the correct place. And as far as how I believe DTG will go about applying for that grant is I would rather start that at the testnet phase, because once we push to full mainnet, that's sort of one of the tiers in the middle of that 50K grant. So we'll apply for that once we have something ready for testnet, if that makes sense. And then start knocking down goals like full open multiplayer testnet, like X amount of users per month, all the different tiers that they add on to releasing that 50K grant.
So, I mean, one thing that the Wanderer asked that I've been wondering as well is, it sounds like a play to earn. I believe it is a play to earn. You mentioned some PvP, which is one aspect. You mentioned staking. Maybe you consider it. What's the most robust play to earn path here for this game? What's the plan right now? If I kill an ogre in the game, can he drop currency? Can I earn that way? What would earning look like?
Yeah, as far as earning goes, I think that the most robust path for a player to take would be developing their champion to a point where you could tackle some of those bigger mobs and those bigger quests, and you would get some drops that you could then craft into those tradable NFTs. And I would say that is probably the most robust way, is crafting rare or harder to get gear and then bringing that to a secondary market.
Okay.
And then
so
right.
it's not that the drops or the loots, there's no loot that's emitting the currency. The earn aspect is selling NFTs, craftable NFTs. Is that a fair statement?
That is a fair statement, but on top of that, there will be some quest lines and some more special oriented mobs that do drop native token.
Okay, awesome. That was all my questions. Sounds very intriguing. Babypunch or Samichpunch, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, it was very good. Yeah, you guys, this is looks like it's coming along. I guess I don't know if you touched on how big your team is right now, but I know that's one thing that really will instill confidence in a project, where a new project is launched and there's not a whole lot to judge a new project off except for maybe the look of their NFTs and their white paper. That's all good and fun. But what is your guys' team like? How many people's on the core team? That's where a lot of people can instill some confidence in the project and really feel good about it. So can you guys give us a little bit of your background and how many people's on the team?
Yeah, definitely. Just as far as my background goes in the Harmony space specifically, I started this adventure with a stint of work with Harmony Wales. I did some sort of chat stuff and not so much the business side, but more so getting oriented in the space itself. And from there, I linked up with Oneverse, where I really kicked the business development side of it into overdrive. And I've been working with them for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months now, it feels like. And as far as our team goes, it's me, King. We have a sort of game theory and someone who knows a lot about the DAO related stuff. That's Dabster. And he actually went to college for game theory and all that oriented stuff. So he's real deep into like number crunching, scaling, leveling, the skills side of everything. Our front end developer, who also touches on the back end stuff, his name's Not. He does a great job. You can pop into the Discord anytime, talk to any of these guys, ask them questions and stuff like that. And on the game development side, we have 3 people that we're talking to right now. And they did some work for the Harmony Wales. They developed that racing game, and they did a couple of other things like that. So we're working with them to get the artwork out. And then as far as specific people we work with on art, I think our team is 3 strong right now at pixel artists. The biggest and the most difficult thing so far has actually been finding pixel artists in the space. That's sort of been the largest hurdle, but we're making more connections. We're trying to ask the community if they know people and try to bring people on who are part of the community, which is probably part of why it's a tougher milestone to get over.
Typically I would assume it's the devs, but you're saying it's actually art side that's giving you the most problems.
Yeah, and I think part of that's to do with the fact that I am in other projects and I do help other people, so I just know a lot of devs, and that's not something that I really struggle with piecing together. But as far as the graphic side of it, that's something that I help with, but it's easier to find someone who doesn't do pixel art rather than someone who does. And on top of that, trying to find a pixel artist who's willing to commit a decent amount of hours per week is even harder, because ideally we'd have people come on the team who could spend a lot of time and help create the vision and create sort of a unified front on the graphics.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Okay. Oh yeah, please, King.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. Did you add something to add there?
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Nope, that was me. I just was thinking them.
Got it. Awesome. Okay. Well, do we want to do the giveaway now? Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Any objections
let's
here?
Go.
Okay. I am going to state the rules, even though we've stated these many times. We're going to restate them. So the way you win the giveaway is you have your Discord ID already typed in, and then when we ask the trivia question, you type in the answer and you hit the return button. And anyone who answers correctly first in our chat will win the prize. So the first giveaway we're going to do is one of my heroes. I'm going to give away, let's see, what am I giving away here? I'm going to give away this Common Knight Champion 0302. So we're going to do that giveaway first. And then team from DeFi the Gods, do you know what class the Mythic is that you mentioned?
We don't. We haven't checked, but we could just say we can give them a Mythic Mage.
Got it.
Because I know we have one.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to say, I'm going to do a little Lord of the Rings triv because I'm just a Lord of the Rings fanboy. And then if the DeFi the Gods team wants to come up, do you have any trivia ideas while I'm doing my trivia? Do you have any ideas for trivia? We could do a DeFi the Gods trivia. We could do, what do you guys want to do in terms of trivia?
How do you guys do it? Do you just ask a question yourself?
Yeah, that's right. That's how we do it.
Awesome.
Raw.
Yeah, I've got one right in my brain already.
All right,
Nice.
sweet. All right, let's go Lord of the Rings first for Bloaterpunch's middle of the road guy. Okay, okay, so the Fellowship enters an area in Fellowship of the Ring where they're under Galadriel's protection, okay? And they give each of the members of the Fellowship some gifts, okay? What is the gift called that Frodo receives, which is it's like the bottle of coolness that Galadriel gives him, and it has a name. What is that name?
Ooh.
I'm watching chat.
Tough one.
I asked this the other day. Someone was like, "It's the bread."
The bread.
Not mead. There it is. Yeah, so
Gatorade.
it's the File of Galadriel, but it's also called File of Galadriel. It's also called this the Light of Arendelle. I would have taken both. I'm going to accept File of Galadriel. It's also called the Light of Arendelle. So I believe it was Sea Dog the Man. So Babypunch, can you write down? Whoa, and his Discord is Lord of the Rings. It's like the perfect match. So Sea Dog, you will win my sweet bro champion knight. Which is I champion 0302. So congratulations, Sea Dog. I feel like you've won something before. I'm not gonna lie.
Sea Dog's been on a lot of our streams, man. So thanks for joining us again.
Sea Dog sniping the prizes. All right, I'm gonna turn the time over to Damp. Damp, do you have a trivia for the Mythic stakes raised?
Yeah, I think King actually has that on his end.
Oh yeah, that was me. In the anime Bleach, what was the name of the attack that Ichigo used against Captain Eisen to try and finish him off.
Let's go, Bleach.
This is outside my realm.
Babypunch wouldn't win this if he was in chat.
No.
What is the name? Do you want to repeat it one more time while people are thinking or Googling?
Yeah, in the anime Bleach, what is the name of the attack Ichigo used to try and defeat Captain Eisen?
So Danny Reeb says final gestural tensho widespread. Is that right? One says
If what you
immense,
just said is accurate, no, not quite.
immense Ryatsu.
No, not quite.
Getsuga Tensho.
Almost.
Guys, you're close. Apparently you need a little tweaking on the formula here. Mugetsu. Omai wa Manu Shinderu. I feel like such an idiot.
Someone almost. It's something.
Final Getsuga
They almost
Tensho.
had it. Yeah, that guy got it.
Okay, wait. So Danny
Ooh.
Reed, final Genshu Tensho. So Danny Reed, panic, hashtag 1507. You have won. I'm going to let King or Damp say what it is so I don't misspeak. What is it?
The Mythic Mage Champion.
Mythic
Nice.
Mage Champion. Let's give a round of applause for the
Let's see. Did
Tenshiro.
he put his Discord?
Yeah, he did, because he did it. He didn't do it the second time when he got it right, but he did do it the first time. So it's panic
Oh, there it
hashtag
goes. Okay.
1507.
Got it.
Congratulations, Danny Reeb. You, sir, all that Bleach watching really paid off. So congratulations. DeFi the Gods team, Damp and King, thank you so much for coming on. Pleasure to both of you. So thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Hey, appreciate you guys coming
Yeah, thank
on.
you very much.
Hey, thanks guys. We're super excited to see you guys building on Harmony. So keep up great work, and we'll be looking out for your gameplay.
Thanks, guys. Can't wait to
Awesome.
show you
We
what we have.
appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
See you guys.
But
Okay, so just so everyone knows, we are just going to stay here for a little while and talk about the project and talk about our thoughts. So Samichpunch or Babypunch, any thoughts on what we just heard? Any, how do you guys feeling about it?
It's really early. It's an early project, and this is kind of the MO of a lot of crypto projects, gaming projects right now. I'm excited to see that they've got some team members, some good developers. He's already addressing a lot of the art side, which is typically a challenge. But it's good that he's been really well connected in the dev world, so he's got a lot of connections there. So that is good signs.
Samich?
Yeah, I found it interesting. I can't remember if it was Damp or King. I think it was King.
Their voices were kind of similar. I couldn't actually
Yeah.
tell them apart.
I mean, working towards a Harmony grant, that's always good. They dox themselves to Harmony. That's not the end all be all that it's, definitely going to succeed, but it is helpful. Will be interesting to see how that plays out. I thought it interesting that he's like, hey, I might as well dox myself. Typically not something that a rug puller would say, and I'm not indicating in any way that this is a rug pull. I'm just, there's so many projects where everyone prefers to say anonymous, and that's fine, but kind of refreshing to hear someone say, hey, yeah, I might dox myself.
The one thing I'd say that I just wish maybe becomes more the cultural norm in the space and on Harmony is that minting would take place much farther along in the process, or that there would be more substance before a mint happens. But that's also speaking from someone who degened 8 Heroes Deep, so I don't know if I'm totally qualified to make that statement.
Yeah, no, it's you kind of see different approaches with this. Some roll the mint out and there's already immediately things you can do. But I'd say the majority, it seems here on Harmony, there's kind of a mint. The NFTs remain idle while there's not really anything to do with them yet. But then they use, whether they're using the funds to help fund development, they roll out utility afterwards. Like when Lambo, which hopefully we'll have on here soon, I know they minted their Lambos, and then it wasn't too long after. I think it was just within 2 weeks they had their staking and the upgrades that you could make on your Lambos. So
What was the DFK delay between mint and first quest for fishing and foraging?
it was a while. Yeah, it was.
Definitely a good
There
one.
was several weeks. I mean, so there wasn't utility in terms of questing, but there was a lot of utility. So first of all, there was a few weeks of trading, and then when summoning came out, that was a huge craze, right? People were summoning, and then questing came out after that.
Yeah, okay. Overall, again, I went 8 heroes deep because I'm just that way. I'm just gonna give you. You don't have to go here if you don't want, either of you. Any alpha on your PJ while we're here, and PJ being as impending as it is. Do either of you want to give any insight as to what you're doing on PJ?
I mean, yeah. Do you want to go?
Have you already
first,
said?
Babypunch?
Have you already gone into depth on this?
No, we talked a little bit about it though. We had Raph on for our DeFi Kingdoms play stream, and we were kind of bouncing ideas there.
I'm frankly super still confused, and part of me feels like I have to send everyone, but I don't know. Any last minute guidance before we end?
My take on the boat trip is I'm not really sending any heroes that I have daily grinding in the mines, the jewel mines, or the gardens, and just really high level profession questers. I'm just not going to send. I really don't want to start over at square one with those guys and grind those levels out. So I'm going to keep them. If you feel like you've got a good hero that might compete well for land tournament, or if you just feel like you want to compete for the Gen Zero raffle giveaway, then it would be a good idea to just full send if that's what you're going for. Accumulate as many raffle tickets as you can. Otherwise, I'm not going to send a ton. I know a lot of people are sending all their heroes or half of their heroes. I will send a smaller portion, maybe 15-20% of my hero pool, mostly just kind of low common floor heroes. That's kind of my approach.
Yeah, my quick 30-second strat. Not sending anybody that has a high profession skill. I'm going to keep profession questing with them, and you don't get any benefit for having a higher profession skill. I am sending a lot of lower level heroes. I have a hard time partying with the guys that I've spent 3 months grinding to hit level 5. And I'm summoning a lot of heroes right now with Gen 1 10 out of 10s. And I think my plan is to sell them all at floor price and buy as many rare floor heroes as possible, because I think that they have the highest ratio of tickets per dollar. Gen 0 tickets per dollar.
So I did a different analysis.
And
I did a different analysis where I looked at just ROI excluding tickets. So I finished on uncommon, was the best ROI curve I could get, but I did not factor in tickets. So that's interesting. I don't know. You tell me what to do. And then last question. I have a rare sage. Do I send him on or her on the boat?
Full send that.
Full send. I'm summoning my. So first of all, drain the summons on it, extract as much value as you can, send it. I'm full sending a mythic Dark Knight.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, stream. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully that was helpful. We're going to do another one like this next week. It's going to be part of the cycle. So please tune in next week for more Harmony NFT gaming. Not necessarily NFT, but Harmony gaming alpha and interviews. Thanks.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, everybody.